Right. Let's talk about bringing images into Lightroom and sorting them and processing them. What I did here is I created a collection for this Mad Hatter comedy thing. I then imported the images and I added them. In this case, I added them all directly into the collection because there's only a few. Sometimes I won't do that, but I then inside the folder that they're in, where Man, there we are. I created a edited folder because these will go up online or uploaded to a server. I also created a uploaded inside that. So what happens is as I finish editing them, they'll go into this folder. But back to the collection thing. The other thing I'll temporarily do is I will give this collection a custom color. Give it green for the moment. I know I have another green one here, but that's a collection I'm finishing off. Now, what I've been doing is I've been going through here, through the collection, marking the ones I'm going to give first priority to, and dropping out the others. Normally, I would go and do it the other way. I'd start in the folder and I'd add them to a collection, the ones I wanted to process first, but since there's only a small number, I'll do it this way. These X'd ones here, like we'll find another one. There's one. There's no way in hell I'm keeping that. Exit, right click, show in Explorer, delete. Sometimes in some collections of photos, I'll move them to a not used folder, just in case I want to go back and use them somehow. But in this case, with this blurred one, there's no way I'm using it. Once I've got enough of these X ones here, I'll just select them, remove from collection. Here's another one. Show in folder, delete. I X them first so that I know that I've deleted them from the hard drive. There's nothing worse than going to do something with them and finding that they're not there anymore. And by going through like this, the other thing I should mention is because this was a small bunch of photographs, I did a global edit on them to turn them to black and white and bump up the brightness because it was quite dark where these were shot. So I edited one of them and then synchronized that across the lot to get them all like they are now. I generally do that with most images. I look at a base edit that's going to be across the lot of them, and that's just because in the case of these, the big thing was lighting. So I bumped the lighting and the shadows up, etc. Did any noise reduction because they were shot at a fairly high ISO. And by doing that, it means that I'm sort of looking at them at the right, or near enough to the right exposure. I may still tweak some of the exposures later on, but they're close to the right exposure, more or less. Like most of these things, there's always room for a change of mind later on, because some of these are going to get a pretty heavy edit. I'm going to add some grain and bits and pieces to them depending on what I feel like doing. But essentially that's the root of how I edit these, except for the fact that normally I would be sitting here adding them to a collection from the folder, so that the batch in the first stage of the collection would be, say, the first 10% that I'm going to edit, and then once that collection's done, then I would move on and do the next collection, because one of the things I do when it comes to the editing is I will take a picture like that. Once I've edited it and done what I want to do, I will show in folder, drag it from where it is into the edited folder along with the JPEG I create for online, and then I'll remove it from the collection. That way this collection will eventually get shorter and shorter and shorter until there's none left. In my normal situation where that collection is only 10% of the photographs, it means that that top 10% get done, the collection gets to 0, I then go back through the folder and add the next layer of images to the, or next level of images to the collection. Well, that's pretty much how I do it. And it seems to be a nice fast way to accomplish the end result.